right, my friends, what is going on, everybody? And welcome back to another live stream here for today. We got a lot more updates regarding this upcoming system here, my friends. We're going to have to talk about that here for tonight. Let's go ahead and see who is here for today. We have ourselves Liam, we have Z-Nick, we have ourselves Caden, not be able to make it. Okay, that's all right, Caden. Geo, same thing. Krista Miller. What's up, everybody? Proxy with a $35 super chat. Proxy, thank you so much. It's been a long time. I haven't seen you here in a while. Hope you're doing good. Hope everything's all right with you. Once again, thank you so much for supporting the channel there, Proxy. Definitely means a lot. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Saying long time to see everyone. Absolutely. Great to see Andrew and the amazing mods and all the NW116 family. It's live weather watching time. Absolutely. Well, Proxy, once again, thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Your weather sim is here as well. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Shannon's here. Carl's here. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing all right here. So, all right, let's go ahead and get on into it. There's a few things I did not actually update here, so actually I think we're still good. There is a level 1 out of 5 severe weather threat here today, as well tomorrow. There's another risk as well. I did not update any of that stuff, but it's still actually pretty valid, believe it or not. It still is actually pretty good here. Rain is here. What's up, Rain? Hope you're doing good. Anyway, so yeah, California is still dealing with a lot of problems. Like I said, we've been watching this over the last few days. Things have been getting pretty nasty across these regions, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and ignore that. Unfortunately, yeah, things have been getting pretty bad. We've already been seeing that second wave move its way across the region. Like I said, for the upper levels of California, I mean, they are dealing with feet of snowfall. I mean, like I said, when I mean feet, I mean like a lot. Multiple feet of snowfall, potentially like 4+ feet. And across portions here of Utah, starting to get some of it here right now, towards the Salt Lake City region, starting to see some snow across the area. Same thing for portions of like eastern Idaho, starting to see some activity here as well. A little bit of snow actually moving through. I just now realized this. Apparently, what's going on here? We got a little bit of a snow, little clipper or something moving towards Minnesota and Iowa. I didn't see that on the models here. Let's actually double check on that here really quickly. Yeah, that was not even picked up on the models. That's concerning. Y'all see that? Like there's a bit of snow. Do we have anybody in northern Iowa? Do we have anybody in northern Iowa as well as southern Minnesota that's in the chat right now? Because if so, let us know what's happening. Yeah, it's showing up snow for some reason. Let's see here. Haley's here. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Carl says, is the picture in the bottom right live? I guess you're talking about this one right here. Yes, that's live. All the pictures on the screen are live. But yeah, that's all that's going on. But that's really interesting though. I don't know what's going on there. Regardless, like I said, a lot of places it's about to get heated up here across the country. Rod says, will upstate South Carolina get any severe weather from Lawrence, South Carolina, and the marginal? So let's go ahead and talk about that right now. So for today, we do not have any more risk here. We had a few tornado warnings earlier in California, actually. Yeah, right there towards Porterville, just north of it. This is obviously gone at this point, but we did have a few tornado warnings today across, California. Anyways, but regarding the Storm Prediction Center here, so tomorrow is where some of it starts. So for tomorrow, across portions of western Kentucky, southern Illinois, northwestern portions of Tennessee, not for the Nashville area, just northwest of Nashville, and southeastern Missouri, there is a small marginal risk here for severe storms, a very, very small area. There's a 2% tornado risk across these regions. Hail is not a concern, and damaging winds is. So watch out for a few storms across, that kind of quad state area. Once again, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Missouri. I don't know where I got Indiana from. Or actually, you know what? No, I know why I said Indiana, because there is a little bit of Indiana, towards Evansville that's included with that. So maybe that's why I said it. But yeah, that's for tomorrow, being Wednesday. Now for Thursday. Now Thursday is a big day. Thursday is a pretty big day. There is no breakdown on the events right now, but for tomorrow's live stream, there will be. We will have a complete breakdown regarding the percentages out of tornadoes, large hail damaging winds. I can tell you now, though, I'm sure all of them are going to be a concern, in which we have got to be watching. Anyways, so for my friends, like I said, someone mentioned South Carolina, Rod Wave did. So for upper state, like northwestern portions of South Carolina, you're in that marginal risk, which means that you do have the possibility of seeing a few severe storms across the area. Anybody that's in the live stream right now, and if you know anybody across the region, if you have any friends or family across these areas, anywhere in the dark green and especially the yellow, there is the risk for severe storms regarding all types of severe weather being possible. Once again, that ranging from tornadoes to large hail to damaging winds, so watch out for that. So, like I said, the areas that this will be impacting, we're going to go through state by state here, just telling you guys here. So if you are in Louisiana, if you are in Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, the Panhandle of Florida specifically, Georgia, Western South Carolina, Western North Carolina, you guys are under risk for severe storms. And like I said, we have basically there's a scale from 1 to 5. The higher the number, the more severe it gets. So basically, we have level 1 out of 5 across the dark green and level 2 out of 5. So obviously, the 2 is higher than 1, and 2 has a greater potential of having severe storms, as well as a greater potential of those storms being a bit more severe. So once again, if you're anywhere across the dark green and the yellow zones, guys, we are at risk here for severe storms on Thursday. This is for Thursday, okay? So we got to be watching out for it. Possibility, of some thunderstorms. That's what the light green, you guys might wonder what the light green means. That's just showing a few thunderstorms being possible, but all the severity is expected to remain inside of the the dark green and especially the yellow zone, which that's kind of what we're looking at there. Let's go ahead and see here. Anything except for 46, Rio Grande Valley soon, Texas. I have no idea what you're trying to say here. Let's see here. We had ourselves. What I know what the time frame is for these storms, I'll move through in the morning. So we'll take a look at that here right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring up the latest model just here. Like I said, we're going to take a look at a few models because you can't just trust one individually. But if we track way down here in time, we can actually see those storms on that cold front moving through about there for South Carolina, kind of around. Let's go ahead and move that too. Kind of around 4 p.m. As of now, that's just an early estimate here regarding things, but maybe starting around 4 p.m., lasting through a lot of the evening of the 12th. So it really depends. It's going to be basically the late afternoon, early evening portion here of the 12th, in which we're going to have to watch out here for. Hi, Andrew. My son is in California. Please check 93546. Hope he isn't buried. Yeah, sure. Let's go and take a look at that. Like I said, California, has absolutely been getting battered here for the last week or so. It's been pretty nasty. It really, really has. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So I'm going to look here at 93546. Okay, got it across the region here. This is for Mammoth Lakes. Okay, so yeah, wow, yep. So they are in that zone. Yeah, they're in that nasty zone there, where we are seeing the heavy snowfall, and I can guarantee you they are definitely seeing a lot of it. We take a look here at the future models, and you can see that we're expecting more. Unfortunately, more rain and more snow. There might be a little bit of a break, maybe a little bit of a break here for like the 12th and the 13th here. But unfortunately, there's another wave that's expected to move in tomorrow. We literally just got over the last 2 days of waves here. Sorry if you hear any background noise, dumb cats. But like I said, seriously, yeah, California's going to be watching out for it. It would not hurt to keep an eye out on them. Absolutely. Let's see here. What do I think that Atlanta, Georgia will see for severe weather in discussion? Only says brief tornadoes. If you think that is going to be worse than that, then I don't know. So, Drew, regarding areas here towards... regarding there towards Atlanta, Georgia region, we take a look here over that region, and we can actually see that we are in the slight risk here. That is the big risk here for Thursday. That is the biggest risk as of now for Thursday. I do know that tornadoes will be a concern. Like I said, we take a look here at the models. We'll dive this more in depth here towards the areas. Like I said, basically the winds. Like I said, a very, very important thing for tornadoes to happen is very strong winds across the lower portions of the atmosphere. And you can see here for the evening of the 12th, the big day of this, you can see how we have a lot of strong winds, a lot of northeasterlies moving very, very strong and very, very fast to the northeast. Now, as you go up in the atmosphere, the wind direction kind of remains the same for the most part. A lot of speed shear, what we call it. Basically, a lot of same directional shear. Basically the shear moving in the same direction for the most part, or shear meaning winds, by the way, just to clarify that. Very, very strong winds moving in the same direction here, but it increases with altitude. But regardless, I'm going to have to say there is going to be a possibility for some tornadoes here. We take a look at those dew point temperatures. Like I said, they got to be in the 60s and higher. I mean, we do have that, but for areas of Georgia, kind of remaining a little bit more on the lower side, according to some of these models, kind of around the 50s. So that's obviously not perfect. But yeah, we'll just watch out for it. Honestly, I don't think Georgia's going to see the biggest part of the tornadoes. I feel like that's going to be more towards like Alabama. A lot of potential more activity regarding tornadoes, possibly for areas more like Alabama rather than Georgia. But Georgia's going to see mostly a potential damaging wind event. Mostly seeing some straight line winds, possibly. Some straight line wind damage across the way. I mean, like I said, that's going to be a big concern. I mean, not just the possibility of a few tornadoes, but damaging winds and perhaps some hail as well. Is going to be possible out of this here. So, but that's what we're looking at there. Do I think the marginal risk will be extended up north central Indiana? I don't think so. We take a look here back at the models we were just looking at here. Here for the most part. We're going to switch over to that here right now. So this is basically all the energy that's available for this, and you can see how it doesn't really meet up to pretty much central Indiana. There is a little bit of energy, but not really enough to support anything too crazy across those areas. So I'm going to have to say the chances of that risk stretching north is a bit low. I think Kentucky, on where the risk is at right now, is about where it's going to stay. I really don't think that they're going to extend that any further north. Let's go ahead and see here. California needs it like Meade is only 200 feet below level. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, California, some parts need it. But here's the thing. California needs the rain on occasions and not all at once. Because if you introduce a lot of rain all at once, that just creates havoc regarding extreme flooding. Big concerns with flooding. I mean, especially for those upper elevations. I mean, they got a lot of snow. They do not need all that. Which is pretty crazy. Definitely is very, very crazy here. Let's go ahead and see here. Cripple Creek says 40391. Yeah, we can take a look at a few areas here tonight. Why not? I don't see no reason we can't. 40391. Across portions here of, let's go ahead and see. This is right here in Kentucky. Winchester region. This is towards Lexington. So I tell you what, I know where Lexington is actually. So towards Lexington, you're kind of on the furthest north stretch of seeing the potential of severe storms. So for Thursday, keep an eye out on the weather because there's going to be the possibility of some storms, and perhaps a few of them could be severe. You are in the lowest risk of severity, the lowest risk of severe storm probability. So I wouldn't get your hopes too up for seeing nasty, severe weather. It's only a possibility at this point of seeing a few isolated, few scattered, thunderstorms that could be severe. Let's get to see here. My friend is leaving Knoxville, Tennessee Thursday morning, heading to Detroit, Michigan. How would the weather be? So from Knoxville, Tennessee on Thursday morning. So Thursday is the big day we're talking about here. So for Knoxville, heading up here, you said, to Detroit, Michigan. So he's going to have to take probably 75 north, if I'm right here. So they're going to be cutting through, that severe weather risk. But by the time the cold front gets through this eastern side, it should be nighttime for the most part. It should be well after they're gone. They should be at their place by then. So I'm going to have to say they're probably going to be okay. Shouldn't run into any problems or many problems at all, I should say. Let's see here. Proxy says anything for northeastern Ohio. So here we go, Proxy. So not for severe weather on the other hand, but when it comes to snow, there's actually a bit of snow forecasted for you, which we'll take a look at here right now. We're going to switch over here. Out of the system, you know, there is still a little bit of unknowns, but let's go ahead and take a look at this here right now. So here is the northeast view. You can see Ohio on the far western side. You know, northeastern Ohio is where you're at. So we track our way down in time. That low pressure system draws through. A few showers going to be possible before the main event gets there. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder, you know, could occur, but more likely for the southern portions here of Ohio. But you can see how once we transition into the 13th, kind of for the late evening, early morning hours here, between the 12th and 13th, that could potentially, there's a suggestion that it could turn to snow for your areas there. Now, determining how much snow, that's a good question. It's simply just too early to look at here. I'll go ahead and bring up some models here for you. We'll take a look at that here really quickly. You know, this goes for a lot of people. You know, a lot of people questioning the snow. Like I said, there's another side to this event here as well, unfortunately. But we'll go ahead and switch this over here to the northeast. There you go. So there's Ohio right there again. You guys can actually see. So as we track our way down here in time, you're going to notice. So here's a GFS model, kind of showing the same thing. Maybe a little bit of snow on the back end side of the system here. We're not going to look at accumulations yet. There's just still a lot of disagreement. Here's the European model regarding this here. Honestly, that's a pretty fair agreement. You know, a lot more better agreement than what we've actually seen yesterday. You know, believe it or not, we've seen a lot more better. Agreement today than we've seen yesterday, which is good. You know, that's a good sign that the models are, you know, obviously agreeing with each other, and that's whenever models agree with each other, that usually is the most likely scenario. However, the Canadian long-range model does not show much snow for you, but a lot of the American, a lot of the, even the European model, a lot of the major models, I should say, does support snow for you. So I would say expect some snow towards you there, Proxy. It's just unknown as of now how much. Do I think it could be a lot? Probably nothing more than you're used to, honestly. But that's what we're looking at here. How about West Virginia? So for West Virginia, that's kind of another question here. We take a look here back at the GFS here. We'll go and switch over to that right now. Same thing. You know, for West Virginia, it's likely going to start out as like rain, perhaps maybe a little bit of thunderstorm activity, but there's a possibility, you know, once you get on that backside, you know, basically when that cold air starts moving through. Because like I said, these things spin counterclockwise, so a lot of that warm air is pulling up north from the Gulf of Mexico, and then we start to get the cold air pulling down from the south. So once that cold front moves through and you start getting introduced to that cold air, there's going to be the possibility that some of that moisture left behind would transition into snow. I'm saying it's possible right now. I'm not saying it's likely. It also really depends on where you're at in West Virginia. I mean, if you're in the far south regions, the chances are obviously lower, you know. But that's with that. Proxy and Cripple says, thanks, Andrew. No problem. Hey, you know, like I said, that's what I'm here for. You know, I'm here for you guys. But that is indeed what we're looking at here. Let's see here. Haley wants me to look at, let's go and see Kansas City. So Kansas City, not at any risk here. Don't gotta worry. There's no risk for severe weather at all for you. You're looking pretty good. I will mention, though, we take a look here back at the NAM 3-kilometer model just to get an idea what the future radar could look like. It's possible, Haley, that you could see maybe a little bit of winter precipitation. I would not get your hopes up too much. You can see there how it shows that, you know, once that low pressure system drives into the Ohio Valley, you can kind of see how it shows maybe a little bit of wintry precipitation, maybe some snow, maybe some sleet locally to Kansas City. But once again, it's a very narrow strip according to the model here. And some of the models don't even show this at all. So with that being said, don't get your hopes up on it. We'll see how that plays out. But that's what's going on there, my friends. Like I said, that is essentially what we are seeing across the regions. Like I said, we take a look here back at the models regarding, the system here. We actually have some mid-range model support now, which is definitely good. We have all that advection, all that warm air, as mentioned before, pulling up here from the south into the country, bringing overall humid and muggy conditions, a lot warmer temperatures and stuff like that. Obviously we're going to have enough energy in the atmosphere to produce some thunderstorms and perhaps some severe thunderstorms here. With these mid-range models, though, what's a little bit interesting is the fact it does not show that much energy. And what it does, at least from this model anyways, shows a lot of potential energy, maybe a little bit more towards like Kentucky. So that's why I think it's good that we keep Kentucky in that risk area. I think Kentucky could probably see something out of this, especially towards like the Louisville area. So we'll watch out for that. Let's see here. The NAM model is another. Okay, this box needs to go away, but the NAM model kind of shows the same thing here. We'll go ahead and switch over here to the southeast. Regarding the energy, I mean, there is enough energy. You can see there in the purple, that's basically showing energy for thunderstorms. And the lighter the color, the more chances it has, basically. Yeah, instability does kind of seem a bit limited. And like I said, basically a little bit to the fact where it might not be enough across some regions. Now, there is some regions where it breaks 500. Like I said, once it breaks 500, that's where you start seeing better potential. If it breaks 1,000, that's pretty good. But like I said, across a lot of these areas here, I mean, some areas it barely breaks 500. But I don't know. We'll see how that pops up. I mean, as the system does get closer to occurring, that will obviously help, align things better. That'll obviously help, give better ideas of what we could see down here in time. But anyways, here's the NAM 3-kilometer model, the one we were looking at for the future radar. Same thing, I mean, showing a little bit of instability there. A lot of it is really centralized towards like Kentucky, what I've noticed. So we'll definitely have to watch out for that there. With the winds here towards this, let's see here, let's actually take a look at that. Yeah, got a pretty strong lower level jet there. Strong northeasterlies, northeasterlies. So definitely some very strong winds pushing northeast here for the most part. You can see down there. I know it's hard to see because a stupid box gets in the way. There we go. Finally goes away. Which, we'll watch it. We'll definitely need to continue to watch out for this here. So we get a lot of advection. A lot of that warm air pulls up here to the north, and obviously, thunderstorms start firing off here for basically the 12. Possibly some thunderstorms happening. It looks to be capped out, which basically, prevents thunderstorms from forming. It might have trouble firing thunderstorms the evening of the 11th, so I really wouldn't count on that. But for the evening of the 12th, that being Thursday, I think Thursday has the greatest potential here. I do. And I think there is just enough energy in the atmosphere to allow for things to kick off here. But anyways, so actually yesterday they did have a big marginal risk here. If you guys were here yesterday on the live stream we did, they had a very large marginal risk here for Wednesday, being tomorrow. And they actually removed that. Or didn't fully remove it, but removed it from 99% of the areas here. Like I said, we had a very large risk here for tomorrow's severe weather. And they literally brought it down to western Kentucky. In some of these other corner state areas, like I said, northwestern Tennessee, western Kentucky, southern Illinois, southeastern Missouri. So they really cut it for a lot of people, a lot of people here. But like I said, I have a lot better ideas. I have a lot better understanding, and I've been a lot better potential with this one playing out more here for Thursday. Because there will not be a cap. Obviously, the cap, like I said, basically preventing thunderstorms from firing, should not be a problem, compared to what the models are showing us. Only thing I'm a little concerned about is the instability, the amount of energy that's available in the atmosphere. But once again, that could definitely change over a very short period of time. And we had the winds. We got some very strong winds to drive these thunderstorms. So, not too much instability would be needed for organization to occur. So, things are definitely heating up here. But anyways, let's see. Hack says, thank you, Andrew. No problem at all. Let's see here. Golden Jojo, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Once again, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Glad to have you all here. And if there's anything that we can do to help you guys out to make sure you guys are ready to go, ready to rock and roll with the system here, let us know. Like I said, if you do not know, if you're just joining us, we have the threat for severe weather. Yes, severe thunderstorms being possible for Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Kentucky on Thursday. So not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. The day after being Thursday. And like I said, regarding the timing with these storms, when the storms are going to really start to fire off here across the country, we'll go ahead and take a look at that here right now if we switch on back here to my other model. Times in the top left if you guys want to follow along here. But anyway, so we track way down in time. Central low pressure moves across the central plains, maybe driving some snow through Kansas, northeastern sides, maybe northern Missouri. Maybe a little bit of snow shower activity towards central Illinois. Could be possible. Maybe for like the evening of the 12th, obviously being here for Thursday, could maybe allow for some snow. I mean, especially for areas of like Ohio, northern Ohio here. But with the thunderstorms, it kind of looks like that's going to be kind of a concern, maybe for even, maybe even late morning on Thursday. Late morning Thursday, continuing through the evening hours here. I mean, shoot. I mean, like I said, that could also bring some snow for like Maine. Areas far up north. Like I said, Maine, New Hampshire. Maine, New Hampshire, places here of Vermont. Those areas there could be at risk. Let's see here. Pop Popcorn has been a member for 3 months. Well, thank you so much there. Greatly appreciate it. He was popping. We're glad to have you here. Thanks for joining us. And thank you so much for that, by the way. Greatly appreciate it. Fernando says, hello, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Dilly Boy says, think it'll go any higher than 5% tornado probability Thursday. That's actually a really good question. Honestly, regarding what we have now, like I said, we got a pretty strong lower level jet, but the way it's facing is not very optimal. Like I said, we take a look here towards the surface, a little bit closer to the surface. I mean, we got some strong northeasterlies. Those winds are really screaming close to the ground, a couple thousand feet up here. Really screaming up to the northeast. But if we take a look here at the upper levels of the atmosphere, kind of towards the mid portions of the thunderstorm, that's also there as well. But that is, like I said, that's kind of what we are seeing. That is indeed what we are looking at. So, I'm going to have to say, as of now, I would keep it at a 5% probability. But that's me. That's what I think. I'm not going to say anything else until I get more information here. Tomorrow being the last day before the event happening, I'd have a lot more understanding. So by tomorrow night on our live stream we're going to do tomorrow, I'm going to have a lot better info, regarding this here. And we'll have a lot more things to say about it when it comes to this system here. But anyways, that is indeed what we are looking at here. Let's see. But anyways, Megan, what's up, Megan? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. What website am I using right now? This is COD Meteorology. This is what I always use. I've used this website for years. It's always my go-to for like severe weather forecasting because I just love the user interface of this awesome website. Not a sponsor, by the way. But anyways, it is pretty cool. It is actually a really cool website. But like I said, the lower-level winds are there. The mid-level winds are there. The energy in the atmosphere, like I said, typically should be over 500 at minimum. Typically over 1,000 is around the range you want to be. And there's some areas that locally get over 1,000. But most of the areas remain mostly towards 500, which it'll do. It'll do if it happens. I mean, this can still change, though. That's the thing. Also, dew points, the last big ingredient, the moisture at the surface. Because all that warm air needs to rise. It starts with the warm air across the ground, then it rises up, then it cools down, saturates, or condensates, I should say, and then, the gravity pulls down the rain, pulls down that condensation. But, I mean, dew points are there, 60s. I mean, for a mid-January event, though, I mean, this is not that bad. This is honestly not that bad. And yes, I mean, this could bring some problems. I'm going to grab a sounding here. I know you probably won't be able to see this too well. I'll make it happen. I'll make it work. Hold on. Let's go and see here. So we'll track our way down in time. Let's go and see. We'll grab a sounding for, let's see. Okay, we'll grab a sounding for like Louisiana on the late morning, early afternoon type of ordeal. And let me go ahead and bring up my snipping tool here. This is a very nice tool to have. Okay, so I know you can't see any of that. We're just going to be paying attention to some of the graph here. So let's go ahead and bring that up right now. So you guys can see this, right? There you go. So once again, I don't expect you guys to understand what this means, but I'm going to talk about what it is showing here first of all. So first of all, you can see, okay, so think of this as like the atmosphere from a side angle. So you're looking at it from basically, as you normally would. So this is up and down. So higher you go up, the higher it goes up here. Let's see if I can find a better view to talk about this on. Oh yeah, yep, that's better. Okay, so basically, like I said, right here, this is towards the ground. This is the surface. This is the middle portions of the thunderstorm, and this is the upper portions of the thunderstorm. So at the surface, we have the wind screaming basically northeast here for the most part, and the further you go up, they turn more east. So, that's pretty simple there. The green is your dew point, okay? I'm sure you heard of dew point before. The red is your just normal temperature at a certain level of the atmosphere. So, for example, this is about 15 kilometers up, 12 kilometers up, 9 kilometers up, 6 kilometers up, and 1 kilometer up. So you can kind of see, for example, of what we're talking about. So the higher you go up here, this is on a vertical axis. So anyways, regardless, like I said, there's a very big gap, as you can see here, between your dew points being the green and your reds being the outside temperature. And that is showing a very low relative humidity. And with that being said, once we see a big spike of dry air across the middle portions of the atmosphere, that shows big hail potential, and which I believe is going to be a big concern. Dew points here in the mid-60s, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Like I said, once again, there's low-level jets. The low-level jet stream, nothing extreme, but the winds are really pulling northeast here towards the ground. Relatively towards the ground here. This is important for tornadoes. And as you go up in the atmosphere, they kind of change more to the east. So not much on a directional change, so the winds don't really change too much of a direction as you go up in the atmosphere, but the winds increase as you go up. That could possibly bring tornado activity. I think that might just be enough to allow for some tornadoes to fire off here. I don't think they're going to be the biggest concern, though. As of now, I don't think tornadoes are going to be the biggest concern. I think it might just be hail and damaging winds here. I think that's our big concern when it comes to things here. But like I said, that's just kind of what we're seeing here. And I really do think that this has potential on the hail front and on the damaging wind front. So once again, like I said, if you guys are just joining us, if you're in the dark green, if you know anybody across the dark green, the yellow region, those are areas there, okay? Those are regions that severe thunderstorms are going to be possible for Thursday. So tomorrow's Wednesday, Thursday, the following day after. So if you know anyone across these areas, just give them a heads up. The difference between the light green or the dark green and the yellow is that the yellow is a greater probability of seeing severe thunderstorms and a greater probability of them being stronger. And you might be wondering what the light green is. That's just thunderstorms being possible. That just says a few thunderstorms are possible, but nothing severe. So what I mean by severe is winds being in excess of 58 miles an hour and hail being greater than 1/4 or 1 inch in diameter. So, but that's kind of what I'm talking about here. So everywhere across the dark green and the yellow, please be on the lookout. Once again, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Kentucky. You guys are at risk here for severe storms for Thursday, in which we got to be watching out for. Let's see. Could West Virginia get any severe weather? As of now, it does not appear to be a problem. So I'm going to have to say, as of now, we are not expecting that there. Yeah, we're not expecting that to occur right now. But anyways, that's what's going on there, my friends. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. If you have any further questions, like I said, feel free to let us know. We got you guys covered. We are going to be here for you all. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to have a lot more information regarding this system here. So, definitely be on the lookout here. But we'll keep you all informed. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff happening with this event. Like I said, it's not just in the fact here of severe weather, but there's also the possibility for some snow as well, which the snow is still a little bit unknown. We know more about the severe weather probabilities than we know the snow concern. So tomorrow, though, we'll have everything the best it can get. The best we can understand it. We'll know tomorrow. All right, well, my friends, I think that is going to wrap it up here for tonight. We've been live here for a little over a half hour. I feel like that's... Oh, didn't mean to hit the table like that. I feel like that's a good enough amount of info to give you guys here for tonight. If you guys are just joining into us, feel free to rewind back to the beginning of the live stream. We go over a lot of things here. Like I said, just be on the lookout. Like I said, obviously, we'll just continue to watch this here through tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we'll give you guys another update, and then we'll try to go live here on Thursday to give you guys a bit of coverage. All right, my friends. Well, once again, thank you all so much for joining us. Big shout out goes to Proxy for the donation here. Thank you so much there, Proxy. As always, big shout out goes to you. Popcorn, thank you so much for being a member here on the channel. Greatly appreciate it. If you guys are not already, punch that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated, my friends. It'll keep you all updated with the weather. Who knows? If there's a severe weather event near you, one day we'll be covering that location. That way you guys can stay safe out there. Once again, if you have any more questions, feel free to talk to me personally. Like I said, we have our Discord down below. Feel free to join it. We have our social medias, everything like that as well. We're starting to do more on like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and stuff like that too, with quick little updates. So if you guys are just into that short little updates, we also do those too. So be on the lookout for that. But once again, everybody, thank you all for joining us. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and head on over here to the ending screen. Once again, big shout out goes to everybody here for today. Thank you for joining us. Once again, guys, if you have not already, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy this here as well. So greatly appreciated. You guys are the best. Absolutely know that. So all of you guys know that you all matter. You guys are amazing. And I love all of you guys out there. So once again, thank you for joining us here tonight. Hope you have an amazing day tomorrow. Hope you stay safe out there with all the craziness. And, all right, my friends. Well, that's going to go ahead and do it here for tonight. Putting 3 minutes on the clock, guys. So you have 3 minutes to say goodbye to your friends and family here in the chat if you would like to. But other than that, my friends, I think our work here is done for tonight. All right, my friends. Once again, as a final goodbye, hope you have an amazing day for tomorrow. I love you all. Everyone, please stay safe out there. We'll give you guys more information as it comes in tomorrow. I'll probably be doing a mid-update tomorrow, so sometime in the afternoon. I might do a quick little short video or just a YouTube short, just to give you guys an idea of what's going to be happening here and stuff like that. So, anyways, guys, once again, thank you all so much for joining us. We'll catch you guys here in the next one. Peace out, my friends. See you tomorrow.
Temperature 37. Winds west at 6 miles an hour. For Richmond, mostly cloudy skies. It was 35. At Roanoke, fair. Temperature 39 degrees. At Winchester, fair. Temperature 30. At New York, cloudy skies. 39. At Philadelphia, cloudy skies. 38. At Raleigh, fair skies. 43. Now for a few observations on the waters. At Washington Channel, the wind was south at 3 knots, and the water temperature was 42 degrees. At Piney Point, the wind was southeast at 4 knots. At Thomas Point, the temperature was 40 degrees. Wind east at 3 knots. Here is a look at the weather features that will affect the region over the next several days. An upper-level disturbance will bring some clouds through this evening, but most areas will stay dry. A weak backdoor cold front tracks in from the north overnight before dissipating. High pressure will briefly return on Wednesday before retreating offshore by late Wednesday. A strong storm system will impact the area by Thursday and Friday. Rain becomes likely, accompanied by potentially gusty winds. Mountain snow showers are possible as well through Saturday morning. Seasonable temperatures with dry conditions are expected this weekend. Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for the Washington metro area and the surrounding KHB listening area. Rest of tonight, partly cloudy. Lows in the upper 20s. Light and variable winds. Wednesday, partly sunny in the morning, then becoming cloudy. Highs in the mid-40s. East winds around 5 miles an hour, becoming southeast around 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy. Lows in the mid-30s. Southeast winds around 5 miles an hour. Thursday, cloudy. A chance of rain in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 50s. South winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Chance of rain 50%. Thursday night, rain until midnight, then a chance of rain after midnight. Lows in the mid-40s.